Now, news that's coming in from the Delhi court, shocking claim which has been made by Shankar Mishra, who is accused of having urinated on a co-passenger on an Air India flight last November. Mishra's lawyers now argue that the lady, the passenger who has alleged that he urinated on her, the lady in her 70s, actually urinated on herself. Shankar's lawyer has argued that the lady has been a Bharatnatyam dancer for 30 years and it's normal for them to have urinary incontinence. That is what has been claimed, in fact, by Shankar Mishra's counsel. Remember, Shankar Mishra has been claiming that he doesn't remember what happened on the flight, though he apologized, in fact, to the lady passenger. Nalini Sharma is now joining me live on this. Nalini, give us more details as to what Shankar Mishra's counsel said in court.
Well, Paulami, the hearing that is currently going on is on a revision plea that has been filed by the Delhi police. Because remember earlier, when Shankar Mishra had been produced before the court for the first time after his arrest, the court had specifically refused to grant any police custody and had sent him to judicial custody instead. So the police has now moved the court once again, asking for police custody to be granted, and they're asking for 3 days custody. Now, during the arguments on this particular petition is when the lawyer for Shankar Mishra made this startling claim. He said that the woman has been a Bharatnatyam dancer for several years, so it's likely that she's facing some urinary issues and she possibly peed on herself, and it was not Shankar Mishra who'd actually peed on her. Even in the earlier hearing, throughout the time, Shankar Mishra's lawyer was trying to put across the facts as if the chain of events was not clear, despite the fact that there are passengers in the flight who clearly saw the act and Shankar Mishra urinating on the woman. But despite that, his lawyer is attempting his best to deflect the responsibility from Shankar Mishra, and this is another attempt being made to do so, where he is now putting the blame on the woman herself, saying that she possibly urinated on herself and then later went on blamed it to Shankar Mishra. Remember, it's the Delhi police's plea that is being heard regarding seeking of police custody. So only when the Patiala House Sessions Court pronounces the order as to whether or not police custody is going to be granted, we'll get to know what the future proceedings are going to be like. But this Shrishti Oja getting us the latest inputs from inside the court, and what she's telling us are these startling claims that are now being made by Shankar Mishra's lawyer before the Sessions Court in Patiala House.
Okay, some startling allegations, in fact, now that are being laid by Shankar Mishra, who's the accused in this case, against the lady co-passenger who's the complainant in this case. Also, give us a sense of the review plea, which in fact has been filed by the Delhi police in this matter. Nalini?
Paulami, it's a revision plea that's been filed by the Delhi police, and what they are saying is that they need Shankar Mishra's custody for 3 days. 3 days custody is what they're asking, is to interrogate him. And the reason why they want to interrogate him, remember, the judge is a little hesitant in agreeing for police custody in this case, because the judge is saying, like the magistrate had also said earlier, that this is a very clear-cut case. There is no other accused that is really involved. There is no evidence that really has to be collected. So it's quite obvious. Along with that, Shankar Mishra has not come out and outrightly denied the fact that he had consumed alcohol on that particular night. So the judge really saw no reason for granting police custody, because there was no reason for an interrogation to happen. But what the Delhi police is saying is that they need to interrogate Shankar Mishra to find out as to whether or not he consumed something else except for alcohol. Had he consumed something prior to the flight? Because now a medical test cannot happen, and at that time, because no complaint was filed, a medical test could not be conducted. So because it could not be conducted then, and it cannot be conducted now because no results are going to show, the only way they can get to the bottom of exactly what Shankar Mishra had consumed is through interrogation, which is why they want 3 days custody of him. They are also saying that there are some crew members whose statements still have to be recorded. So only after their statements are recorded will they be able to stitch together the entire chain of events. And what's most important, I think, that the Delhi police wants to find out is the reason why Shankar Mishra did this. What kind of a state of mind was he in to do an act as heinous and as disgusting as this? And that is essentially why they're asking for 3 days custody to interrogate him, to find out exactly what all he had consumed and as to whether or not he was even in his senses at the time when this incident had happened on the flight.
Okay.